What's good, everyone? It's me, it's your boy Sanitary here. It is May 26, 2019, Sunday. A little bit windy, but a very nice day. And this month is flying by very fast. I just want to do this quick, hopefully not too long, a weekend review of what's been going on. First and foremost, today it was very nice, and I was very grateful that my wife's mom, my in-law, my mother-in-law is able to watch our baby for a few hours just so we could just get out. And we went to a nice ramen spot, had some decent ramen and some chicken karaage, aka fried chicken, ran some errands, and just to get some normalcy between my wife and I, because these past, what is it, 6 weeks, she's been born now, we're going on week 7. It's just been we've been cooped up in the house. I mean, granted, she's been cooped up more in the house than I at least can go to work, but it's still work, and then I got to come home and then do, just take care of a lot of things. So there's just a lot going on, and we're getting kind of worn out. But it's good to just kind of, we were gonna watch a movie or something, but I didn't see anything that was really worthwhile. So it was just good to go out, and then we got some dessert, and I just did that, and we'll probably try to at least once a week, if not once every few weeks, just try to get out, as long as I don't want to overburden her grandma, my in-law. But she definitely helps and doesn't mind. But anyway, now that that's out the way, I just want to fill everyone in with what's been going on. If you notice right here, you don't know right now, you can notice. See, I did a review a long time ago on this little sleeve I got from Walgreens, and this is good when you lift and you work out, because sometimes you get some like soreness and stuff, and I put it on like this, and it's pretty self-explanatory. And you see some basketball players like Allen Iverson was, I think he made it pretty popular, and you can go to Walgreens wherever, and it feels really good. It's just nice, and it gives you that extra padding. And some people use it, some people put some padding on their knees, but I've had this for a long time. It's pretty brand new, and I haven't really been using it. But you might be wondering, why do I have it on right now? Am I going to work out? It's not the case. While holding our baby, my daughter, I think that picking up motion constantly, it was causing some, I don't know what official term or what diagnosis it is, medical diagnosis, but it was getting some elbow, very minor pain. And it's funny because, not funny, but it's not coincidental that as I was complaining about this pain, a slight pain, I put this on. My wife has something a little bit more serious. It's called, the unofficial term is mommy wrists, and the official term is, and since I couldn't want to butcher it, it's de Quervain's tenosynovitis. So it's aka mommy wrists. You're probably not gonna be able to read everything, but that's the technical term. My wife went to the doctor, and what happened was she was admitted for a few days in the hospital. If you don't remember, when my daughter was born, she was on antibiotics. She was admitted along with my daughter for elevated blood pressure, and my wife also had a white blood cell count that was a little bit too high. Nonetheless, because she was in the hospital for a few days, they had to give her antibiotics intravenously, aka IV. And when that, and when I remember they did her right wrist area, and they put the IV in. I remember after one day it was a little bit too tight, the IV, so my wife asked one of the nurses to switch it to the left hand. Well, anyway, time passes, and a couple days ago my wife mentions to me, she says, yeah, have you noticed, like right here, I'm starting to get some pain in my vein area. Is it possible the nurses, put the IV in too tight, because the right hand, that's where it was originally tight, excuse me, and they switched the IV to the left side? And I said, yeah, I'm not a nurse, but I mean, it's not my expertise, but it's definitely possible. She went to the doctors, and she found out that it's not from the IV, it's the de Quervain's tenosynovitis. It's kind of like tendonitis. It's basically where from constant repetition of picking up the daughter and burping and using this thumb, and the tendon gets inflamed, and it can go away, but if you don't attend to it properly, it can become a permanent problem. And so my wife went and used to get over the counter, and I might even have to buy it just in case, because I don't want this to happen to me as well. Especially at my type of job, I have to move patients around, sometimes very heavy set patients. So we did. She got and bought this for like 20 bucks. This Futuro thumb stabilizer, and this is specific for what she's going through. So right now she has it more on her right side, but now it's on both hands, and this is very common. One of my sisters also had it, and her cousin has twins, and she has it in both hands. And my wife has to go back to work in T-minus, I don't know, what is it, May, is it June, July, a month and a half. She needs to go back, so hopefully it doesn't affect her typing. So these are like the ailments and the challenges that occur. Had she known about this, she probably would have been a little bit more, I don't know what she could have done, but maybe started wearing the wrist brace right off the bat. But this is something that we didn't even really think about. I mean, you can only research so much right before you have a child. But if you're watching this video and you're about to have a child and you tend to you're going to pick up your kid quite a bit, you might want to do some preventative things. You know, I do some preventative hand exercises, because when I do a lot of typing, I get some pain right here. So I am no stranger to preventative exercises and stuff. But you just got to really be careful, because you can take things for granted very easy when any body part, your legs, your upper extremity, lower extremity, doesn't matter. Anything that goes a little bit off balance, off kilter, and it can negatively affect you and become very, very frustrating. The last thing I want is having messed up hands, because I still got to lift weights. Speaking of lifting weights, I did work out today, and the workouts have been good. They've been like the saving grace, and to help me release stress. Just the grind of raising a child. My wife has to pump every few hours, and she definitely has a lot of challenges too, but a lot of times we're just getting really worn out. And I'm doing nighttime feedings pretty much every day, and then going to work in the morning. But these are things that everyone does, and I'm not complaining. I love my daughter to death. I wouldn't change anything for the world, but yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean, I give a lot of props to all parents out there, and even I feel bad for the single mommies out there, mothers out there, that, especially the ones that get knocked up and then they make a bad choice, and then they have a non-existent father, or they don't have any family support or anything. It's got to be pretty rough, and it is normal to be stressed out. It is normal to get frustrated. It is normal to get irritable. But the biggest key is to, and everyone says that, is to try to get your rest when you can. So during a lunchtime, no matter what, I'll try to eat as quick as I can, which is not the best thing to do, but I'll try to, if I have a gap between patients, I'll eat a little bit before, so right when it won't I'll take that back, I'll eat a little bit, sneak in some meals before my official lunchtime if I can, so that when lunchtime hits, I can immediately go to my car, close my eyes, and then, knock out for at least like 30-40 minutes, and it makes a difference. Getting these little naps in between, these power naps, makes a big difference. So that is pretty much it. She's got wrist brace on, I got this going on, trying to keep the sleeping up, trying to stay optimistic, because man, you get cooped up in that house for so long, it just can drive you crazy. It can get exhausting, but like I said, the workouts has been a saving grace. I'm so glad that I hooked up this my garage, and I keep saying it. I'll eventually show you a small tour of the garage, aka home gym, but it's very convenient. I do recommend it, especially if you're busy, because who wants to deal with crowds? So I'm very grateful. I might start doing some more cardio as well, because I feel like it's just a good way to unwind. So anyways, that is my time. This week's been, or the week that just passed, been very busy. Work's been busy. Just keep grinding. Excited for the future, but it can be tough, and more content coming. That's it, and I will catch you in the next video.